mean, it's really because at the moment, Indonesia only has access to the Sinovac vaccine, and the Indonesian authorities are really only given approval, emergency EUA, for use in that age group. I do know that the Indonesian government has secured access to other vaccines, including the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines, but those vaccines won't be available until later in the year, probably after April. So I guess at the moment, the Indonesian government is limited by what it can do because it only has access to that vaccine.
And how valid are concerns about the efficacy rate of this Chinese vaccine?
Yeah, there's been a lot of discourse around the efficacy of the Sinovac vaccine, especially because clinical trials in Indonesia, Brazil, and Turkey are giving different results. But the reality is that at this stage, we know that the vaccine is safe. We know that it meets the WHO pre-required criteria, which is 50% efficacy. And in the case where at the moment Indonesia is having over 11,000 cases a day and 300 deaths per day, it really has no choice but to use the vaccine that it has access to.
Is it ambitious to vaccinate 180 million people within a year? Do you think it's achievable?
It's really ambitious. I mean, I really doubt that it will be feasible. It's a country that is an archipelago, and 180 million people is a huge target. We can just look at what's happening in the US at the moment, and we know that it is a very ambitious target.
Has there been any word on how or when the second dose of the vaccine will be distributed?
I believe that at the moment, the government has actually deployed enough doses for the first and second dose for the target population that it has. So it has over 3 million doses already in place, and 15 million doses have just arrived.
And how easy or difficult will it be for the average Indonesian to get vaccinated? And what do you think will the uptake be like?
So, I mean, I do hope that the uptake will be good. There has been a lot of discourse around it, but I think the government is doing a lot of work around its communication to try and improve access. Indonesia has a good network of puskesmas, which are local health facilities, and I think it can really use those to ensure distribution of the vaccine.
But experts warn that vaccines alone won't achieve herd immunity this year at least. Is Indonesia taking heed and implementing enough of the other measures that are so important, such as physical distancing and the wearing of masks?
It is a great point. The vaccines we know are probably the fourth layer in protection, and I think a lot more or better communication needs to happen really around that. And I know that a lot of groups have been advocating that. So hopefully, whilst there's a lot of euphoria around the first vaccine being administered today, we hope that the messaging won't be confusing.
And just finally, recent testing rates suggest as many as 30% of those being tested are proving positive. Could one surmise here that the true number of cases is a lot higher than what is being reported?
Absolutely. I think giving those numbers, it's obvious that the pandemic is much worse than what's being reported.
Dr. Ines Atmosukarto, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.